Hi, girls.
Hello.
So today I brought my two cousins on, which go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Deanna, aka Beautiful. Well, more so than these two. I'm Adela's much younger cousin. Probably have the most logic in the family.
Can you wrap it up?
Oh, I thought we were here to talk about me.
Delusional.
Okay.
Okay, go Nick.
I'm the real youngest cousin. I'm Nikki. I'm 26. I'm Nikki. I'm 26, and I'm Dallas.
You're how?
26.
See, she had too much to drink already.
That's why her
Her numbers are backwards.
Listen, if you ask my kids, they know how old I am. They'll tell you 26. They can verify that.
She taught her kids how to lie early.
No,
that's crazy. These are the cousins I don't really hang out with.
That's a lie. I have plenty of receipts.
No, I did bring them on though because I wanted to kind of talk about breaking the whole things that we have going on in our families. We come from a fucked up family.
Generational curses.
Yes, generational curses is the word that I was looking for. We and I don't want to say fucked up in a fucked up way, but we had like difficulties in it. But in all honesty, like these are some. We have quite a few of our female cousins who have graduated, who succeeded, and these ones right here. They've done it, and they've done amazing jobs with their kids. Deanna, like you talk about where you work at, what your kids are doing, all your accomplishments with them, because to me that's a big highlight, and I admire you a lot for what you do on that part.
Thank you. Wow, you want me to talk about my kids? We'll be here all night.
No, just wrap the fucking shit up.
Well, I'm an EEG technician. For those of you guys who don't know what that is, it's basically the study of brainwaves. So it's a test that we do for neurological deficits. I have 3 kids. I was really, really young when I started, guys. You guys are going to freak out when I tell you how old they are. I have a 23-year-old son, a 18-year-old daughter who is in college on scholarships playing basketball, and I have another daughter, 17. She also, her grades are like almost a 4.0. She's a junior. She plays varsity basketball, and her team just won the 5A state championship. My son is like in everything. He works for the city of Phoenix. He's a club coach to my daughters. He manages 2 Airbnbs, and he's got like a pool business. He does a lot of stuff. So I think that we did pretty good with that, and trying to break the generational curses, like you said, like that's part of it.
And then Nikki as well. Nikki here, she's very successful in what she does. She has if you need an FBI, let me fucking tell you, she can look somebody up.
Investigator.
I just tell her a name, and by the next day she's like, okay, this is where they live, this is the school they went to, this is who they were with before, and this is how many children they have. These are the kids they don't claim, and their taxes last year they filed.
Okay, do you need their social security number? I got that too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but go ahead and talk about who you are.
I work for the state of Arizona, and I have 2
microphone
here
closer.
Okay, I work for the state of Arizona, and I have 1 son and 1 sister. No, okay. In all realness, no, my son is 11, and my daughter, she is 21 years old. I know it's hard to really believe that one, but no, they're really good kids and everything. They're not out there partying. My daughter, the 21-year-old, she's in school. She's a coach for volleyball at Independence High School. She's actually went to California to go play volleyball in college for the first year, but then she missed me too much, so she came back. My son, I think his last report card, he got pretty much all A's, but our kids, they're just really, really, really amazing.
And what's really good about your guys's, when I'm saying your guys's, is like on your family part,
our immediate.
Yeah, you guys are really close. You guys make sure that you guys do your Easters, all your holidays together, and your kids are beyond super close. It's not like they're cousins, they're brothers and sisters. And I think that is amazing because even though what we went through growing up, we also had that like somewhat, and we were pretty close. And then it was like family fights, we would get separated, and then cousins fight. And then, but in our reality, the generational curse, I think I can't speak too much about because my dad, he was successful, and and we lived in California, but when we moved back over here, that's when we got like reunited and stuff. But all the stuff that happened within the family was hard growing up and seeing what each of us went through and the traumas that we were kind of separated because we all chose different paths of lives. And but one thing that we all did was get the shit beat out of us. And we learned how to fight.
I ran from them. But no,
That's a lie.
Yeah. And I think that like you guys, in all honesty, I'm very proud of you guys for not only overcoming everything, but you guys do a very big thing and stick up for
right is right, wrong is wrong, regardless of.
You guys stick up for what's right is right. And in the family, we don't care about secrets.
Yeah, I'm an open book.
The family secrets, this is the table that we don't care. We fight, we go at our cousins, we go at our uncles, we don't care. We're not keeping no secrets because we believe that that's how kids get hurt. And I can't talk too much on the subject because of I'm also going live on TikTok right now, and they start turning stuff off. But one of the things that we all went through was abuse. And so, and the fact that we were able to overcome that and not let it make us of who we are today, I think shows a lot of strength in us. Because one thing about us is, I'm quiet, but you guys don't shut the fuck up.
Anybody who knows you knows that that's a lie.
No, but in all honesty, I think I'm the quieter one from all three of us right here.
You need to take her glass away.
Matter of fact, Deanna, pass it over here, please, because she's over here babysitting.
Here,
yes, thank you. Here, you can have my glass.
Here, give me that, because I learned my lesson to be drinking, and I'm not doing that anymore.
Let's talk about that.
You know how many times I've actually heard you say that?
No, but you see that I didn't drink. I learned.
Right.
Till tomorrow. She give it 3 days.
No, my stomach still feels bad from this weekend and stuff, but no, you've had those, because I've been with you when you gotten completely messed up, dude. Like,
Turn the microphone for you. Oh, like this.
She's a little slow. Yeah, she's older. She's the older
There we go.
sister,
Thank
so
you.
she's
it's the Botox.
she can't think straight no more.
I need it going with Adela.
No, but no, in all reality, like, I am the quieter one in the family.
So let's just put it out there. Our abuelita, she had 22 kids. 22.
24.
22. And one set of that, from my understanding, is a set of twins who passed on.
That was a 24.
No, that was a 22.
That was 24.
That was 24.
Well, shoot, my mom lied to me. But yes, so
She told me the truth.
we have a
We
had a large family, aunts and uncles. The majority of them all have passed on, but all of them had their kids, which are the cousins that we all grew up with. And between the family that we had is, the abuse that we endured. It is what it is.
Yeah, and the thing is our family, I remember we used to have these big old Easters or big old Thanksgivings and big old things where we used to have like a ball. Like, we don't have that no more. Everybody dead. Like, they all died. And
I think there comes a part of that where we all kind of.
Carol said she had 24. And you know Carol knows.
Yeah.
we all kind of branched off because of the traumas that were going on and that we endured, and everybody kind of like just
my deal break
split,
was the oldest.
just
and
split away. And so each family just started doing their own thing with their immediate families. There was, like drinking was heavy in our family, and I know that.
Which I have to say though, like our tias, I mean, and my tias, which were my dad's sisters, because that's how I'm related to them through my dad and their mom were brother and sister. But my tias were ruthless. These women they did not care. Like you could not tell this woman nothing because she was going to put you in your place. Like she did not care. My tia Vicky, my tia Pat, my tia, like
all of them.
all of them.
Nana, all
Like,
of them,
yeah, you couldn't tell the women in our family anything. And that was what's really good about like us breaking the generational curse, because we don't I mean, I do take like, criticism sometimes. And
You do?
I do. And I'm very
bottles
open.
coming your way after that, like she's chucking that, but she'll take the criticism.
No, I do. Like you guys are hard though. Like you guys are the ones that, bro.
Her.
What do I do?
I'm like the most like humblest,
dude,
stable one of this family.
Your dudes turned into alcoholics.
No, mine was already one before that. Nice try. This girl. We're talking about alcoholics? What's in that water bottle?
I'm dealing with you guys. Anywho,
the poor guys that have had
all of them. Carol, that's not nice.
Carol, you're not my favorite no more.
No, but serious. I know actually the one that's probably the most sane.
Thank you.
Is who
she can't even talk anymore.
The lie's about to come out of her mouth.
No, one of the cousins does have like a good cousin Gloria.
Okay. I don't hardly know her, but okay.
No, she's been married for many years, bro. Like that's the only one that's been married for many years. The other guys just fled.
They were after they met you, they ran.
No, like, dude, you have yours hostage.
No, just because he stayed doesn't mean he's held hostage.
It was hostage. Like Nikki's is hostage.
Me, that right, Carol?
Carol, married.
Wait, what, Carol?
She's not. No.
Yeah.
Are you drunk?
Yeah,
Just asking.
Yeah. See, you don't know her.
Let's talk about breaking generational curses for a second, because that's something I think is it's a very important topic. And it hasn't been broken until us. And that's because we discovered that, a higher being, God, was the only one that could do that, right? Mm-hmm. And so because we like gave it to him, our children are thriving and they're successful because we've gone through the trauma and the hurt and sexual assaults and molestation. We know the red flags. We've seen them. We've talked to our kids, and so now they know, talk to mom. She knows about this. She's gone through it. So they had more of a heads up, and it's more of a like, and we had an eye, where I don't feel like our parents really had the eye of knowing, you know what I mean? And so that's how we got to break the generational curses. Our kids didn't go through that, and now they're successful and they're thriving, and they're in school and colleges and doing all these great things. They put God first. We were like the pillars of breaking that, because we took that hurt and we took that pain and we took that brokenness.
I honestly believe, and I think it's a really big thing that people don't understand. And I just actually talked to my friend about this earlier today, because she was calling me and she's like, you know what, Adela, like, I really look up to you because of all the stuff that you're doing and all these things. And it's like, I told her, I said, everything that I do right now is because I want my kids to see, if I put my mind to something, It's going to get done. And it doesn't mean that you have to have this college degree. It doesn't mean you have to have all these things. It's just a matter of knowing what you want, putting the work in, and getting it done, because there's nothing that you can accomplish. Like, I mean, in all reality, I sit here and I think like, okay, the salsa business, I got back from Tennessee last year and I was on a flight every month to a different country because
Put in the work.
I wanted to, that was my life until something said you have to do the salsa. So I didn't do nothing, and I put myself, I didn't go out, I didn't drink, I just stayed home and I focused on my job, and that's what made everything happen. And so now that everything's happening, the thing was like, you know, one of my kids was like, well, you don't know what it is to just go and be in front of all kinds. Okay, let's do the podcast. I'm going to show you how it can get done. And I want to say, like, you know, and it's just, you know, she's like, well, you have to do, dude, I know how to get followers. I know how to get this. I know how to get that. It's just, you have to focus. You have to want it when you want it bad enough. And so now I had a talk with my daughter, and she was all like, Mom, I am so proud of you, Mom.
I am too.
And she's like, because I was so mad at you for so many years, and to see that you say something, you make it happen and you do it, but you don't just do it for yourself. You go out there and you make it happen for other people. And so to me, it's like I told her, baby, if I could put a smile on 5 people's faces a day,
Mission accomplished.
I can go to sleep good. Like I can literally go to sleep good. If I don't have those smiles, then it feels like, what am I here for? Because we're not here just to serve ourselves. We're here to take care of other people. God blesses us, and he gives us a platform in order to shine on other people. He wants us to be that vessel so he could show, like, hey, I'm going to give her this platform. I'm going to show you this is how it's done. And he picked the worst of the worst because
Sure did. But you know, he knew what he was doing when he did
because
it.
I mean,
Hey, there's a saying: what the enemy meant for evil, God turns around and does it, and
Makes it for good.
Yeah, makes it for good. You've come such a long way, Della. Like, I'm not gonna tell everybody your history or past because you might get thrown back into jail, but you've come such a long way, and you do so many things. You manifest things,
Yes,
you know, and it's like everything that you touch turns to gold. And it, like, even more so now, the things that you're doing, and I'm like, man, I'm so proud of her. And I feel guilty as like your family, because I'm like, I don't always share her stuff, and I don't always, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all caught up in my life, but I'm seriously so proud of you, and your kids should be too. And the thing is, right, we can show them and we can make decisions that are great in our life, but they have to make their own decisions. And some of them are not going to make the right decisions, and some of them are going to go down the rabbit hole, and you know, until they turn to God and have him lift them up. But you know, it's we can only do so much. We can pray for them, we can be an example, we can, you know, manifest things like you're doing.
but it's like I said, though, like, one thing that I'm really big on, it's, I know, and you know, and this man here always tells me, like, you know, you can't, all you can do is tell them, but they're not gonna do nothing because they don't want to listen to you. You're their parent. Yes. So I try to help. What I try to do is help everybody else, because I'm hoping that karma is gonna come and my kids are gonna listen to somebody else who's not me, and they're gonna pull out of it. Like, you know what I mean? And they're gonna, I mean, my son, he's doing great. My girls, they're doing good. I have a couple, like, that they're getting there. But I know in time, like, the way God turned my whole life inside out and turned it around. But, and I'm telling you, people, just letting you know, like, when things are getting so good, you're going to get setbacks. You're going to get setbacks. And I had that happen to me this weekend, to where
let's talk about that.
I had that happen to me this weekend. Like, I've been doing so good, and I try to stay straight on my stuff. And when I go and I hang out with anybody, when I go with, whether it's friends or family or what, I pretty much only stay for about an hour.
How long was it this day?
But no, what I'm saying is, for when it was, I don't know whose birthday party it was. How long was I there for?
Was it at your house?
No, it was at our house.
Oh,
Monita's baby.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, when we had it at your house, your mind checked out after like 30 minutes.
Yeah, when it was at my house, I couldn't leave.
I know, but your mind checked out 30 minutes later, like you weren't even there.
Yeah, and the thing is I'm not used to being around people for a certain amount of time because my mind is always thinking about business or something else, or I'm always in business mode. And so I can only hang out for a certain amount of time before it's like, okay, I need to work. I need to go fix the freaking world.
Fix the world.
and that's one of the biggest things. But so like, and I know you guys are eager and you guys are going to bring it up, but this Friday,
What? Wait, what happened? What happened? I don't know about this thing.
Yeah, I'm hearing it for the first time right now.
Well, it was actually Saturday morning. My car was stolen.
No.
Why? Where did you leave it? Where were you?
So we're gonna
What were you doing?
We're gonna skip. We're gonna skip a lot of the part, but we're just gonna get.
No, the details are important.
No, we're not doing
very
details.
important.
But basically,
You got wasted at a bar. You were drinking and drinking.
Because you stood there only for an hour.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I don't know how you got that wasted in an hour.
It was because she didn't eat, Deanna.
She didn't eat, yeah. And then people were just buying and buying.
And that's a true story.
The hour part. Is that the true story?
And so, but the thing was I let myself. I wasn't with people that I'm usually with, that I usually drink with, that I know that are going to take care of me.
Mm.
And that's where I messed up at. And so I got sloppy. And so to kind of forward, I woke up, looked for my car, wasn't there. Luckily, my car has GPS on it. I found my car. I did a citizen's arrest. And
Let's talk about the citizen's arrest for a second. How did that go down? I've never made a citizen's arrest, so I want to know, like, how do you go about doing that?
you go, you find the suspect.
Okay, well,
Wait, and you apprehend them?
Suspect? Okay,
Wait, you
GPS?
apprehend them yourself, right? Before they get turned over to the authorities.
Did you have handcuffs or just your fists?
Oh, it was
did you have handcuffs?
It might have been the fluffy ones.
Oh yeah. Were they the fluffy ones? Were they like? Do they look like fists? These handcuffs?
You guys are horrible. And so, but anyways, I went and I was able to apprehend the suspect.
She
and
is
then,
in professional mode.
and then once I was able to take the suspect down, I was able to get into my vehicle and bring it back home.
And where did you leave the suspect at this point?
The suspect,
She was being a kind person and decided to let the suspect go.
Oh, so the cops were not involved.
They were, but she let them go.
the thing
Before-
was,
She was the cop. Gotcha.
But-
That's all.
but so the thing was I didn't feel that she should be punished more times than one.
Just about 12 fists in.
The Rodney King story is true. But I mean, at the end of the day,
You look really pretty.
I know.
Did you get them redone after the incident?
No, I just
after the apprehension. Well, you're very talented.
I've never heard Adela so speechless. And she said, now I believe she's a quiet one.
Yeah.
She has
She's
the
trying to
voice.
make people believe that now.
Did you dress up like a cop?
No, I have my.
Were you in all black?
I was in sweats. I
Oh,
was.
so you knew you were going down to
Well-
apprehend your suspect.
I went and I just knew that I was going to get my car back. I didn't know who had it. And I just
In
knew.
some cases, GPS is a dangerous thing.
You're
All you carved these out there, beware. Okay.
I mean, just don't get my car again, because like I had arthritis for 2 days.
Her age is showing.
It is what it is. Say what you want, but let me tell
Yeah,
you.
I saw you walking all sore too.
It was actually, I went to the doctor. I was like, you know what, give me an injection because this shit hurts. But the thing is I mean, I realized after I did that how wrong I was, because I got a person who was innocent involved, who has their own kids, you know what I mean, and has a family who takes care of their own, and you can't put other people in jeopardy. And so, like, after taking back all this shit that I did, I was like, damn, I put somebody who is responsible for kids and where they could have got into serious trouble because of my stupidity. You know what I mean? I should have caught an Uber to go get that bitch. And so
At the end of the day, the suspect was going to still catch the same apprehension.
but it's just making
You
sure
called me.
making wise decisions on your part. And the part was I didn't make I brought people in that shouldn't have been involved, and it made me feel like shit doing that, because then afterwards, like, that guilty conscience comes in, and I'm like, damn, I'm trying to be this better person. I'm trying to show a better outlook on things, and then here I'm the first one to wild out. And because like afterwards they're like, well, why didn't you just call the cops? And I was
said
all
the
like,
same thing.
I was like, that's crazy that
I didn't even think to do that.
like I didn't even know that was
Who does that?
I didn't even know that was an option. You mean the 911 on your phone works? Like, you know,
Like, I've never done that before.
and
Usually when the 911's on my phone, someone else is calling it on me.
well, no, I thought that was for when people get sick. You got to call the ambulance. Like, I never thought that was to call for backup. Like,
Oh, man.
but it happens. You know what I mean? But that's one thing is that so no, Angelica.
See, kids have your back.
Yeah, see?
Well, no, that one's right there. She
Oh,
She's
I've
like
seen
her
her.
mama.
I've seen a video. I've seen a few videos. Angelica, she's really good. She could have took care of you. You wouldn't have had arthritis.
she forgot the number to 911. But
she sure did.
but like, and it runs through the family, because one of the incidents of when some guy tried to hit on the niece, what happened there?
Who? Oh. Wait, hold on.
Okay, I'll tell you the story because I was not involved in it. Okay, so my older sister here, she found out that some older guy was hitting on our niece, and so she was like, I want to find him, I want to get him. It's okay, it's past the 7-year mark. We can't get in trouble for it. I mean, you can't get in trouble for it.
Love you too, Angelica.
So she was like, she devised a plan, right? She got all the girls together. We have this girl crew. At like 1 o'clock in the morning, we had a meetup spot, right? Everybody's dressed in black like ninjas. No lie. No lie. Everybody's dressed in black like ninjas, right? And we have a getaway driver, and we have like girls that are just going to jump out and pop out with like poles and stuff, right? She's teaching everybody how to slash tires as we're going, right? So we have this, we're having this like class 101 in the car on the way to find this dude, right? So we find the dude's car.
She's delusional.
And
she makes things up so crazy.
she's a ringleader, right? I'm an innocent bystander. I'm the one there with like the camera, like, all right, I'll record. So
Are we able to see
we
who all viewed this?
so we get out of the car, right? We have a friend who's pretty like, she was like literally like pimp walking to the car, right? She's got this knife in her hand. She's like, all right, what do we do? What do we do? And this one was like,
this girl got a hammer and was trying to.
yeah.
I'm like,
She was like, I'm like, we just had the class 101 how to slash the tires, and this girl had like a hammer with a nail, like trying to puncture it in the tire, right? So this girl comes, she's like, give me that knife. And she goes in there, she's like, doom,
They're like,
doom.
let's go, hurry,
All
hurry.
4 tires, and then they get, for some reason, they hand me like this jack thing, right? They're like, bust the window, and I'm like, boom, batters up. Alarms goes off. We take off running,
And
right?
then I got the last.
I'm no longer the getaway driver. Now I'm the last one because I'm the slowest one. So I'm trying to run to the car, right? Car's taking off. And I'm like, wait, I'm not even in the car yet, right? So they have the door open and ready for me to jump in. Anyways, we won't name names, but dude's car was pretty messed up. I had no part of it. She devised the plan. We're on camera. I can't say I had anything to do with that. But I'm a born-again Christian. I have changed my ways.
So have I prayed about
Since
those ways.
then, you still praying about those ways. But
and these
yeah,
are the two that said, how come you didn't call me that morning?
I didn't say that.
I said I would help you call the cops.
You would have not called the cops with me.
I said I would call them after and said, there's somebody in distress.
I never did that.
Somebody in distress on the street. We don't know who did
You
it.
are
But
a good storyteller, story maker. You are so delusional. You've always been that way your whole life, and you just know how to make.
But one thing
they
this doesn't like my stories.
well, the thing is, and that's my point, is these girls have always grown up fighting. There's always been a fight. There's always been some type of bull. And at the end of the day, they were still able to overpass all of that and become successful not only in their occupation, but as mothers. And one thing that we don't tolerate in our family is anybody, any guy, any male, or anybody disrespecting any woman in our family, because then, it like, again, we forget that one number that you're supposed to call.
What was the number again? Did you forget?
811, 812,
1411.
91. Oh, 14. No,
But one of the
911.
thing is, I mean, and I'm very happy to say when we did the whole when I did the and my friend, we did that Save Our Children, that march thing. I was thankful that you guys had my back through that march, and you guys were there. And because one of the biggest things that we need to do as parents is stick up for our kids and protect our children. There's so many people, our kids are under attack right now, and they're under attack in such ways through music, through TV, through social media, through any type of way possible. And the thing is like, I'm really glad and excited about how all these celebrities are coming down because of the activities they have done with these children before. And just because you like the artist's music doesn't mean it makes it right. And so to me, I stand very strong with any artist who comes out and tries to defend our children, and so and protect our children. And so one of the biggest people that I admire and that I call a really good friend is Lazy Dub, because he does go against that. Like he has went hard against SPM, because he's not just, oh, we hear stories, but the guy is in prison right now because he got caught the hell up. And yet there's still artists that still want to mess with him, that still are glorifying this guy and still saying it was an accident, they're lying on him and bringing up all these things. And he's like trying to get, and to me, it's just, how do you protect a monster who went and touched on little kids, And to me, it's like you have all these artists that are coming out and they're showing how, like, the Olsen twins, all these people are coming out so destroyed because they have been so hurt and damaged growing up. And yet the only people that can actually stick up for them are going to be us women. And to me, I feel very strongly about it. And that's one of the other reasons, is because my daughter, she wants to be an artist, but to me, it's a scary, scary situation to let her be a part of that industry because of the stuff that's going on. And so it's ugly. And that's why, as mothers and as Christian women, and we're not going to follow every single rule. And yes, we drink, and yes, we do our stuff, but at the same time, we have to learn to protect our children, and we need to stick together. We need to stop trying to destroy each other. There's so many women are trying to destroy women right now, and it's ridiculous, because that's what they want us to do. They want us to stop uplifting each other. They want us to stop, because then we take our focus away from our kids, because we're so focused on what everybody else is doing instead of protecting our children. And to me, I applaud the men that are out there who support all of the stuff that, on protecting us women and us children. And I'm very thankful for, AC, who was there with me to help me out when I was in distress. But one other person is like, like I said, Lazy Dub, he doesn't let me go nowhere by myself, because he makes sure that I'm okay. And he's a phone call away for when I need stuff. And then I have a great support of guy friends that do stick up for, like Felix. He goes and he sticks up for women and he's protective of them. And to me, if you have a great circle of men that are protective of our generation, that's what we need more of.
The saddest thing is when of somebody who has been SA'd. But then you hear people trying to tell them to sweep it under the rug. Like,
Yeah.
why do you do that?
That's so big in especially Latino households, is there's so many, like we could talk to probably 7 or 8 out of 10 women, and the 7 out of the 10 have been sexually assaulted or molested. But Latinos are big on sweeping it under the rug, of not saying, because of the embarrassment, or because of, maybe it's a family member, a tío, a cousin, a tata, whatever. They don't want it out. So they're teaching their children, like, I'm protecting you at a certain extent. You know what I mean? Because now this person, because they're not held accountable and there's no consequences that they have to face, are going to go out and do it to other kids, the little siblings, the little cousins, you know what I mean? And so it just, the cycle continues. And that's how generational curses continue, because nobody's saying anything. Nobody's holding these people accountable. Nobody is making them face consequences for this, and so they're able to go out and just continue to do it. And I'm not saying it's just in Latino households, but from my experiences, it's
The majority
that you talk to, has your perpetrator done time for this? Have they faced consequences? No. They did it to somebody else. And it wasn't until somebody finally says something and you find out that was the 13th person or the 19th person that they've done it to. And then 22 other people are coming out and saying, what's happened to me? He did it to me. Like, it's just so many, like, we have to change that mentality of sweep it under the rug and,
wait for it to happen.
Happen to somebody else who's willing to speak up. And, that's the one thing that I say, like, we know the red flags now. We know the grooming process. So when you see it start to happen to other kids, like, what's happening.
And that's one of the biggest things, is because we all sit and we try to protect. We protect and we try to, like, but you can't. You need to speak up on it. Like, no, this motherfucker did this. This is what we need to preach on. This is what we need to teach our kids. This is how we're going to protect our kids. But the thing is us as women, we need to stop saying, like, oh, you know what, that ain't my kid, I ain't worried about it.
Exactly.
Because everybody is doing that now. Hey, those aren't my kids. No. But guess what? One of the biggest things, when it was after the Save My Children, all this stuff happened, like, there was this really big thing about, like, abortions and stuff like that. And, and I'm not saying I'm for abortions, but to me, if it's a woman's choice to me, and it may be wrong, but these babies that are being brought into this world and tortured and beaten and all this stuff, it just, like, it sickens me. And I'm like, damn, like, that baby, I'm sure would have preferred to be gone at first term than to be tortured the way they're being tortured right now. And there's so many of them. Last night I was actually looking up some stuff, and like that little boy Gabriel, and then there's just so many stories about how these abuses are happening, and nobody says nothing. You see this little kid not being in sight for over weeks, and you don't ask questions. You don't see, like, we see, but nobody wants to put themselves out there and disturb their peace to help somebody else. And that's the thing, is we need to start opening our eyes. We need to start taking care of these children. We need to save our children. I mean, there's so many that have gone missing and nobody knows where they're at. And why? Because nobody decided to open their mouth about it.
And it starts with just the little things. Like, for instance, I mean, you speak up about the littlest things, because if you don't speak up about the little things, then it just gradually grows bigger and bigger. Like, for instance, do you think a stepdad that's been in a kid's life for the first year, 2 years, 3 years, even up to 5 years, or it doesn't matter, they're not the kid's father, to be walking around in just underwear throughout the whole entire day? And the child is a female girl, 13, 12, 11 years old, to be watching a grown man in some briefs, boxer briefs. That's, to me, because I know what to look for, or that's a red flag to me. No guy, not even a child's father, really should be walking around in straight underwears, letting their teenage daughter see, the outline of their junk. That's disrespectful, and that's like a red flag to me. It's weird, right? It is. So no grown man should be walking around just in his underwears in front of a almost teenage daughter or any kids, whether it's a father or a stepfather, or just any little things. Because if that's not approached, then what's next? it gradually grows bigger
and
bigger,
that's what TV has done. That's what radio stations have done. It's like, okay, we were able to get away with this little bit, so let's do a little bit more, and let's do a little bit more, and then you have all of this, like, sexual stuff. Like, I was watching my grandkids, they were watching the show, and I told my daughter, don't let me catch them watching that stuff again, because like the grandma was going to jail. It was just like
how fitting.
But
Maybe
it was
she's preparing them.
but no, but this being, it's a kid show from 2 to 5 years old, and they're talking about grandma getting into a cop car because she just got arrested for stealing an apple.
Yeah.
Like, why is that even on a kid thing?
Yeah. We used to grow up with like Looney Tunes, right?
It's crazy. With She-Ra, like,
and the cartoons that are out now for our kids, with the things that they're putting in their head, no wonder why our society is so screwed up. It's so mental. Everybody has mental issues now, and everybody needs therapy. Like, I should have been a therapist. They're making bank right now because they're so, like, just the things that they're putting on TV, the things that they're putting on the radio, the things that they're seeing at school, like, this, I don't want to be touchy, but this gender stuff, you have the right to be whatever you want to be, whether you're male or female, whether you were born with those parts, and it, a that, a she, a he, a pig, a cat, a dog, and schools are promoting this, and they're teaching your kids as far as kindergarten, like, you can identify as you want to. What do you want to be? Oh, I want to be a dog. Okay, you could be a dog. And then they're barking in school. Like, they're teaching our kids how to be screwed up. And and this is what happens when
that's why I'm moving to China.
Don't implement God into your lives and know the difference. You know what I mean? Like, this is what happens when you take God out of the schools and out of the government and out of all these things. We're so screwed up, and it's going to get worse.
Well, I mean,
I think it's just society and just in general, in every aspect of every part of today's society with the kids, because they watch all of these things, to your point, and they don't know better, because when we were growing up, we didn't have all these things, so we had more of a, I would want to say, a mature mindset, and we were only focused on what is, not what could be. So today's society, these kids are watching everything, to your point, like, you could be this, but when we were growing up, no, you are this.
They're so sensitive.
And one of the things is, like, I mean, I woke up quick at about noon, just thought that I had to be in Compton soon.
Well, she's had too much to drink, guys.
And now it's water.
This is why her daughter is the singer.
Yeah, we don't want to get Adela started on singing.
But that's what we grew up on, like, Eazy-E, and like, and I remember, like, Ice Cube, like, I had a good day, and like, and Tiffany, like, it was only in my dreams, and just like, Paula Abdul, like, Rush. That was the generational stuff that was great. Like,
I feel like we grew up in the best of times, like growing up in the 90s and 2000s. You're probably a little more up there, like 70s, 80s. But in the time that we grew up, like, it was amazing. We didn't have to watch our back every second. There were gangs out there. We tried to affiliate a little bit, maybe the loca, implement a little bit of that in there, but still kind of bring it in and pull it back a little bit. Like, it was the best times. We didn't have cell phones where our parents were tracking us. What house party you at? We had our little voicemails with the, what club are you gonna be at? Where's the party at? Like, we had fun times, and now it's like our kids can't even have fun without worrying about, is somebody gonna get shot at a party? Is or is somebody gonna get beat down, like, to where they're seriously.
Well, and the thing is, right now too, it's like, I try to tell my girls, like, really watch your
surroundings,
because the people that you call friends, are they really your friends?
Yeah.
It's crazy, and I worry about my daughters, because it's like,
no, don't sing.
They
why would Martinez? Yep, don't
encourage her, please.
And so one of the biggest things is, like,
I bet she did. We know she did. Apprehension.
And so one of the biggest
she woke up with arthritis.
I did wake up with arthritis. But the thing is like, I worry about my kids, because again, like, I only hang out and drink with certain people that I know that are like Michael. I know that if I go somewhere with him, Dub, I know if I go somewhere with, I know where they're like, yes, they're going to be mad because of the whole throw up situations and stuff like that. But you know what? At least I got home safe and I'm good and I'm safe. And but my kids, I worry about them because I tell them, call me. And that's why I prefer when Helica goes out with me, because when she goes out with me, nobody's going to touch her.
Sometimes that's not enough these days, because you can't control other people. You can't control if they're holding a piece and they accidentally shoot you or your kid because they got into it with somebody else and they can't aim. You know what I mean? Like, it's not enough these days. You're in constant worry whether they're with you or not.
I mean, it's more of a comfort thing knowing that your child is with you when you're going out versus them being with their friends, and you at least can step in at that moment, whether, you know, God forbid it taking your life, or, you know, you not being able to intervene when they're out with their friends and something worse can happen.
Yeah.
So it's more of a comfort thing knowing that your child is with you and you feel like.
Well, when my child's with me, like I don't hardly drink when she's with me, because I'm like, this.
Angelica, is that true?
This girl's gonna get me into something tonight. But the thing is because I make her show out everywhere she goes. So when she shows out, I'm like prepared. Like, let somebody say something on my baby, and it's on, you know. But yeah, but I mean, that's one of the biggest. Like, I think we brought up a lot of great topics about, you know, just protecting our children and just keeping our mouths open. And us as women, we have to stop with like competition with each other. Like, God, uplift, be there, try to like, there's no
thank you.
There's nothing more than to uplift women. There's no, like, I love when a girl could tell me what she loves to do, and boom, I could help her become that. You know what I mean?
Right. There's so much competition out there. Like, when I walked in here and I was like, dang, I look like the youngest one and I look good and blah, blah. And this one was hating on me.
What?
Like, she was trying to be in competition with me and was like, no, you don't look younger. You don't look cuter. And I do.
Are we talking about that part?
I'm talking about how women don't uplift and encourage other women. Like, some are just haters.
I'm not delusional and I'm not a liar. I'm not going to tell you look cute and you have no gray hairs when clearly you don't look cute and you have a lot of gray hairs. That's ridiculous.
White hair is in these days and every strand counts, and you tried to pull one out of my hair.
I did pull one out of your hair because it was just sticking out.
And she was trying to pull the little thinness that I have like out of my head. But you're right. Women especially should uplift, encourage, build up. Like, when we have that in the world and people start to do that, women start to do that with each other, and then
your eyebrow looks really cute.
It really comes. I was in a car accident. Okay, she's hating really hard right now.
I said your eyebrow looks really good.
Anyways, when we can learn to do that with each other and other women, like the greatness that comes out of it, we will be able to get to know. But there's so many things we can do as women if we just encourage and stick together and uplift and just protect each other instead of being in competition. Competition is what's dividing women.
It's dividing women, races, everything. I mean, it's ugly. I mean, I don't want anything that any other woman has, because I know that it wasn't made for me.
Yep.
And I won't be successful even if I had it in my hand. So one of the biggest things is making sure that, you know, if a woman has something and I can help her be successful, I'm going to help her be successful, because at the end of the day, guess what? She can help me back at being successful.
Exactly.
There's no type of hating, and because I've been in work environments where these girls try to get me fired, they try to get me in trouble, they try to do all this craziness, and I'm like, why? Like, why would you want to take food out of a family's mouth? Like, why do you want to see another woman stressed with her kids because you're unhappy? Like, why do that? Like, why? And that's what causes bickering and fighting, and then people not focusing on their kids and all the problems that are going on with their kids. And because you're worried about the next girl while your kid's flunking math. Like, like, who does that shit? Like, that's ugly. Focus on yourself. And I mean, it's
focus on your kids and then yourself.
Yeah. So it all comes down to like how you raise your kids, right? You got to raise your kids.
You have
to
learn how to
people.
I feel that you have to learn how to raise yourself first, because if you don't raise yourself to be respectable and proper, then those kids, they look to you. Like, I look at my granddaughter Catalea, like, she copies everything that I do. She sees when I'm on that computer, she sits with me, she's on that computer with me. She calls herself, little salsa queen. And she goes and she's like, I'm little Gigi. And so she's like all these things because she sees, like, and my daughter Angelica, her daughters, they copy every single thing. They sing like her. They go and try to be like her. So as women and role models, we have to be the best that we can be.
Yeah.
And that is the best teaching for our kids. We can tell, and Dove tells me all the time, you need to stop preaching to your kids and just worry about you so they can see what you're doing. And so in sometimes, like, I get so, like, because I'm like, I'm hanging up on him right now. I'm gonna hang up on him because he's on, because he's not
agreeing with me right now.
Yeah, but he does,
telling me
and
what I
he
hear.
gives me like a lot of great advice on a lot of things. But one of the biggest things is we have to be that role model. We have to grow ourselves. We have to be mentally, physically, and emotionally okay and understand our value, because if we don't understand our value, our daughters will not understand their value. Our sons will not know how to respect a woman. And so to me, whatever we're willing to put up with and deal with, that's what we're showing our kids to put up and deal with.
Exactly.
So I agree 1,000% with all of that. But I look at my daughter right now, Anaya, and sometimes I feel like she's a little too independent. She's a little too I can do it myself type deal, which I admire and I appreciate everything about it. But her boyfriend, he tries to do things for her, such as little things. He's always trying to open the door for her, but she doesn't want to. She's like, I want to open my own door. And so, like, he's always trying to say, like, he'll get his alarm and he'll lock the door on her, like, I'm opening the door for you. But she's so independent that she wants to do it herself. She wants to change her own brakes. She wants to change her own tires. She wants to do it because these are the type of things that I've done, and she doesn't know. She knows what I've shown her, and she does that all herself. And she doesn't know how to let her boyfriend do these things. Yeah.
But sometimes,
she's like the man in the relationship.
But the thing is it's everything.
Just kidding.
Everything. It's not kind of like
But I want her to be a princess.
But she's going to learn, and she's going to learn in her timing. And the thing is because, again, you were the role model to show her that you couldn't let that guard down, because if you let that guard down, you weren't going to have nothing. And so she learned that. So this guy has to show her it's okay. It's okay. Because remember, when I let my guard down through my marriage, what happened? I went and I almost got left out on the streets because of that shit. But the thing was because I let my guard down. The thing is a person has to, he shouldn't have to fight out for it as hard as he is, but because at some point, some guys do get tired of it. But at the same time, he has to understand who her role model was. When you're dating somebody, you look at their parent and you see what their parent is, and you're going to see what you're dating. Because of the fact is if you can't let go and you can't, like, I know right now, for me to have anybody come in and say, I'll take care of it, I can't have that. I'm good.
Poor guy's going to end up with the black eye.
Why be in a relationship if you're not going to be willing to take some risks? You have to be able to take some risks and trust if you're going to be in a relationship. If not, then what's the point of being in a relationship if you can't trust?
And you're right. You're supposed to trust. But the thing is, that's when a person, and again, it goes back to, you have to work on yourself.
Yes. Before you get in a relationship,
you have
that's
to work
important.
on yourself. The person has to understand you. Like, to me, I feel before anything, I have to see this individual, and if this person doesn't make me smile, this person doesn't brighten my day. It doesn't have to be financially. It doesn't. But if you can brighten my day every day, then because I have the world attacking me. I have the world attacking me. I have my work that weighs me down. I have my children that weigh me down. I have everything. So if I'm gonna find a partner, the only thing I need from you, baby, is I need you to make me laugh, to make me smile, to hold me, and just to hold me when I need to be held, and just to tell me everything's gonna be okay. Because if I can't have that from you, I don't fucking need you, bro.
But that's just the thing is women, we need certain things from men that they don't understand. We need them to have our backs fully, completely, not just protect us, but to encourage us as well. Listen to us
But
instead of
that's
just
why
hear
That's
us.
the
You have
problem.
to find.
They're not
You
gonna listen
have.
to us.
You have to find the right. You have to find a
Exactly.
person who's not broken.
That's true.
And the thing is if you're looking for a man who's
We
not,
should all be single ladies. She made a very good point.
the thing is if you're gonna go and try to build a man, then why fucking be with him? If there's men that are complete out there. There's men that are good men, and that's who you look for. But guess what?
Where they at?
Right now, all the women are trying to build a man. They're trying to create something, and they're trying. No, this is not what we're supposed to do. There's a man for every woman out there, but she wants this certain guy, and this is what she wants because he's going to change. He's not going to change.
Yeah.
He's
And
not.
we also have to understand that we're not perfect and we're broken too. And so
But that's why people are trying to
Is
be
that my
in
phone?
something. No.
Oh.
There's people like, again, a woman, if she sees, like, to me, I have to.
No, it's a
I
woman's
close
world.
down. The minute I see the red flags, I close down. I shut down. I got to get away. I can't breathe. And to me, it's just because I need happiness. I need a laugh. I need next podcast, man.
That's not happening. This is a female podcast.
No, I am actually bringing on a group of men to, like, so they could give their opinion of what. Which I should have brought.
Actually, we should be here too for that one.
yeah.
So we can.
Think, Nikki, you're gonna jump over the fucking table and try to fight him.
That's not true. Just don't have what you had.
Just
here.
don't say anything we don't like. No, but in all seriousness,
Just let us talk. Basically, just
In
have
all
them to sit there for
seriousness,
moral support.
men need what we also need. Men need to be encouraged and uplifted and know that we believe that you can be this person. It's society that
I
tells
haven't
them
read
wrong.
them, but apparently the men are triggered in this chat.
I agree with Carol. Everybody is broken and a work in progress, and they're going to take a risk
Great.
on us if you love that person. If they're not taking you down, like down, and you should know, girl, you should know. You should know if someone's not right for you and not good for you and is not going to make the changes that you need them to make, is not willing to, be worked on, in progress. And same thing for us. Like, we have to be willing to know where our flaws are and what we need to work on, because if not, relationships just not going to work.
I'm perfect. I have no
Delusional again. You guys believe that I'm the one that's crazy.
I think you guys had too much alcohol.
Girl, you put water in this crap.
But ladies, it's not too late at any age of what you are. It's not too late to change. I've always been a loyal person, and when even like we have like a friend group that we've been friends for at least 20 years. Her longer because she's older. So, but
Your face. That is so not true.
at least 20 years. And we used to go to the clubs together. Like, one would always get into a fight, and all the time. She usually started it. I'm not gonna lie. She would throw the first hit, but I'd be right there by her side, like swinging, getting down with her, right? Swinging.
So we had one friend getting in the car, the other one collecting the earrings, the other collecting the high heels, the other making sure we all had our IDs, and the other one trying to talk to the cop to let them.
My point is, the loyalty between us, and that aspect was always there. But now. Those friends, they'll call and say, "Can you pray for me?" They'll call and say, "I need to go to church. What time? Where? When does it start?" It's a different source of loyalty now, because we've grown, we've matured, and we realize that that's not the way to live anymore. That's, especially in today's society, it's a knife fight, it's a gun fight, it's not a fist fight anymore. So and changing that, and it's not too late is what I'm basically saying, for women to change their lifestyle, the way that they think. That mentality is not.
And that's what I'm saying, though. But you have to, like, the thing is women, like, they cling to men for a support that a man is like. You have to fix yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find yourself. You have to become one with yourself, because if you don't even know what you like, how is the guy supposed to figure out what you want? Like, I know what I want for dinner. Like, since I wake up in the morning, I'm like,
it's unreasonable expectations.
Today.
It's unreasonable expectations. We expect you to know what I want to eat,
even though we don't
want to
even
go,
know
what I want to do this weekend, but you don't even know. Like, it's. Yeah, see, Della, don't be apprehending.
I was doing a citizen's arrest. I was helping the law, sir.
So
From what I heard, they were not arrested.
How did you get what is it? Not carpal tunnel.
Arthritis?
Yes, that one. How'd you get arthritis again?
It was the rain. It was the rain.
Oh, it was cold.
It did rain.
It did rain
It
this
did
whole
rain.
weekend. It
And
did.
she is old now. So
Yeah.
that is very
She's
believable.
like,
I mean, let me tell you, I still had one in me. Just kidding. No, but ladies, it's time. But I appreciate you guys coming on. And
funny videos. You didn't play any funny videos.
oh, the video.
what video?
So our friend group, we know how to have a good time.
I think it's only the one.
Which one?
The birthday.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
And sometimes we put too much product in our hair. And
No,
and the birthdays just be lit. Like real lit.
No, you guys did not do this.
Let's check out how lit our birthdays get.
All right, I got you. This ain't the last.
We sing along. This girl is on
Her
fire.
hair went up in flames for her
on
birthday.
Why? Why?
She's trying to pull the strands out of my hair, but her hair got burned.
She was Michael Jackson. We didn't do the booby one where your boobs came out.
Yeah.
I'll show those ones. I mean, but the
We
hair
are going
but
from
the hair,
R-rated
really?
to X-rated.
Really, but the hair, really,
It grew back.
Really?
Nicely. It's kind of a dead right here.
really. That was so like 5 years ago.
Yes,
No,
we are in
not crazy.
agreement.
No, we're not in agreement. I'm perfectly
I'm in
sane.
agreement. See, that's just crazy.
I'm not crazy.
But yes, that was
That was
in our
ugly.
family. We have some
Really,
crazy-
Gina?
We have a lot of
All
crazy
right, Gina,
moments,
see
and
you
we
at
always
church.
get yelled at because smashing faces into cakes.
Thank you. Leave me alone.
I got a
Thank you,
concussion
Angelica.
on Easter from her little egg confettis.
You should have still been in the
It was
hospital
like,
with me.
bam.
You guys, not on live.
See, we just talked about we can't be doing this as women.
You guys, the microphone. You guys,